black hole.
So let's just take a quick poll here. If you lived in a city that was nearly destroyed by some evil megalomaniac every May, would you still live there?
It's fine. It's fine.
This is the question every fan wants to ask every resident of Central City in the Flash TV show. Sure, they have great coffee shops, but is that worth it?
Are you kidding me? We're already being robbed?
No, it's really not. This year, the Flash is doubling up with two completely different big bads. We've already seen them take down Bloodwork, but they've just started with Big Bad 2. So what is this black hole organization anyway? What is their dastardly plan? Number 1. The season so far. So let's recap the first half of the first season really quickly. Iris and Barry start off pretty devastated by the loss of XS at the end of the last season. They get over that almost immediately though, because that pesky monitor shows up and tells Barry that he's destined to die in crisis. That guy has no chill for someone who has such silly facial hair. So Barry spends the first batch of episodes dealing with the fact that he's doomed. He spends time with each member of Team Flash to prepare them for his end, though he does get a pretty awesome scene where he runs into a black hole to the Flash Gordon theme song. Black holes are apparently a lot more fun than Interstellar made it seem. He brings in Cisco to be the team leader once he's gone, while seemingly ignoring Iris used to be the team leader for some reason. Barry also went on a cool caper with Ralph, and Caitlin decided to be Frost at all times because the writers realized she was more interesting. Overall, it was one of the show's most dramatic and painful arcs. Of course, all that hinges on the fulfillment of that all-dramatic potential in Crisis. There's no way they'd drop that ball, right?
Because the only thing more inevitable than crisis is us.
Number 2. Bloodwork's bloody work. Meanwhile, there's a scientist who is obviously going to become a supervillain. If any scientist starts talking about death and how they are serving a higher purpose, they should automatically be put in jail. It's not like there's any due process in The Flash anyway. He becomes a gross villain named Bloodwork, who tries to cure his rare disease by using meta-blood. The guy, who is basically an evil Mohinder from Heroes, says he wants to defeat Death. He'd probably be much happier if he knew that Death was actually a pretty cool dude, according to Bill and Ted.
No way!
Yes way.
What he really wants to do is create a bunch of gross blood zombies. He even took over Barry for a minute. The heroes band together and beat Bloodwork and his zombies, leading to a big CGI fight. He's basically what would happen if Morbius and Venom fused together. Bloodwork is imprisoned until Sweeps Week and Central City is saved. Well, sorta. Number 3. The Central City Citizen. While all this is happening, there's a much less interesting plotline with Iris about her fledgling newspaper. Because what Flash fan doesn't want more Iris storylines? She starts investigating this group called Black Hole that's loosely associated with McCullough Technologies, a name that all hardcore Flash fans should be excited about. In order to take on this evil force, Iris assembles her own superhero team, Team Citizen. For starters, she hires Cisco's girlfriend Camilla Huang. Her superpower is the ability to take photographs that are apparently not very good. Camilla's signature move is to point out fairly obvious bits of exposition. Next up, we have Joe's wife and Iris's stepmother, Cecile Horton. Her superpower is that she's a psychic who is out to help metas. Cecile's signature move is to be forgotten by the writers for several episodes at a time. Finally, we have Allegra Garcia, the Citizen's headstrong intern. Her superpower is electromagnetic manipulation. Allegra's special skill is to have a shocking amount of screen time for someone who isn't a main character. Together, all of these women will stand aside while Iris pretty much does all the work. Can XS come back yet? Number 4. Crisis of Infinite Disappointments. So can we all agree that Crisis on Infinite Earths was the most impressive thing ever? The MCU basically bet the CW that they couldn't make something as epic as Endgame on a TV budget. The CW said, "Hold my jitters coffee," and did exactly that. You think you had Endgame cameos? Crisis had all the cameos, baby. Tony Stark sacrificed himself to save the universe, while Oliver Queen sacrificed himself to save the multiverse. Thanos was the coolest villain ever.
Find the stones. Bring them to me.
What will you do?
Wait.
Well, the Anti-Monitor
Come, Harbinger. There is work to be done.
wasn't nearly as cool. I mean, you can't win them all. That being said, the event wasn't a total win. Tom Welling is never going to wear that suit, is he? You know that event in The Flash that's been teased since season 1? The moments when Barry would disappear forever? The moments that provided most of XS's storyline? The moment that everything this season was building towards? Yeah, turns out it didn't happen. The Flash that disappeared was the 90s Flash. Now, you might be thinking that this is a pretty big letdown, that the writers totally built something up only to completely drop it, that they clearly didn't know what to do with the twist, so they threw it away. But here's the thing. You're 100% right. While it was a good send-off for the former Flash, it was a pretty disappointing moment for new fans that didn't make much sense. Why was XS so traumatized if it was the other Flash who disappeared? Why was the Monitor being such a jerk about it? Wasn't Reverse Flash supposed to be in it? They just threw Ezra Miller's Flash in there and hoped we'd forget about it. Well, here's the thing, Arrowverse writers. You were right. We completely forgot because that was awesome! You win this round. Number 5. Iris is in trouble. Well, if you were hoping that the show would clarify things in the second half of the series, you'd be wrong. The show doesn't take after Crisis like Supergirl, Arrow, or Batwoman did. Boy, did Batwoman bring the feels. Who knew, right? The Flash, however, pivots from that storyline back to the big Iris mystery. She gets into an altercation with the new Dr. Light, who has the silliest supervillain costume ever. Wait. Yeah, the Titans Dr. Light was worse. You're okay, Flash. Sunglasses Assassin is better than Dollar Store Iron Man Gladiator. Iris pulls one over on the evil McCullough Technologies and seemingly wins the day. Then she gets real dumb and goes to a shady office alone. Is this her first day in a superhero universe? She gets captured by a mysterious force from a mirror and then starts acting really weird to Barry.
I heard glass breaking.
Nothing. I broke a bottle over some loser's head.
You what?
Because the one thing the show needed more of was Barry and Iris's marital drama. Turns out that none of this mattered though, because she's not the real Iris. She's been replaced by a mirror clone. A mirror ganger. You know what? Cisco will have a good word for this. Let's just wait for him to figure it out. Number 6. What is black hole? The simple answer is, it's like Star Labs, but super evil. So far, we know that they specialize in creating superweapons. In the show, we know that they are comprised of Joseph Carver, who is basically every suit-wearing jerk in America combined into one. They also have an assassin named Dr. Light, who is basically just a normal assassin with a cool laser rifle thingy. Considering the fact that Ultraviolet keeps showing up this season, she's probably a part of it too. Also, Bloodwork is almost definitely going to escape and join them for the finale. It's also pretty safe to assume that a new version of Mirror Master will be appearing soon, likely as the organization's leader. Number 7. Mirror Master. You might remember that there was a Mirror Master back during Season 3 of The Flash. Well, instead of being a nefarious bad guy, he was a jerk in a suit. Why does The Flash keep doing that to their cool villains? Fans weren't super happy with this version of the character, but that's okay. You see, he played the Sam Scudder Mirror Master. That's not actually the version that everyone likes. The one that everyone likes is Evan McCullough, the Scottish criminal mastermind. He's part of the evil rogues team that terrorizes Flash. It looks like the Flash is going in a different direction with the character. For starters, Mirror Master looks to be going by the name Eva McCullough instead of Evan. She's ditched the Scottish accent and the attitude in favor of lots of angst and instability. This version is the founder of McCullough Technology and the wife of Carver. Once she escapes the Mirrorverse with Iris, expect her to take a nefarious turn. Who wants to bet that she's controlling Iris's mirror sister? Hey, no matter what they do, it can't be worse than Cicada, right? Number 8. Cisco's mission. Nobody. Nobody at all. Not even the Legends. Cisco. Why don't I just give up my powers right before Crisis? Luckily, Cisco seems to have figured out that that would be the worst choice ever made in the Arrowverse.
Now go. Serve your higher purpose.
Now he's jet-setting across the New Earth 1 to see what all has changed. This will probably tie into the black hole conspiracy as Cisco figures out what the organization's bigger plans are.
Vibe must live again.
Number 9. Sue and Ralph at last. Ralph Dibny has been one of the best parts of The Flash for the last several years.
Oh, is that my face?
For quite a while now, he's been trying to find this girl named Sue. Well, he finally has, but it's only brought up more questions than answers. It turns out that the damsel in distress was actually a streetwise thief who outsmarted Ralph at every turn. Not only that, but she seems to be after Carver and Black Hole as well. We don't know what her goal is with them, but there's a good chance she'll be joining Team Flash soon.
Hey, Vin Diesel.
Number 10. What next? So what do we have to look forward to for the rest of Season 6? Well, for starters, what would a season of The Flash be without a Grodd cameo? The big gorilla is likely pretty different in a post-crisis world, though nothing will ever beat the time he met young Barack Obama. That's just television gold. We're also getting a guest appearance from Wally West himself. Not only that, but Godspeed and Pied Piper are coming back as well. Who knows? They might even unite with Black Hole to take on Team Flash. The show has like 350 cast members now. They're going to need a lot of bad guys to throw at them. There you have it, everything we know about The Flash's newest bad guy team. What do you think's gonna happen in Season 6? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more from The Binger.